Then it ignites your fire. It gives you gasoline to the flames, and then it allows you to take on the world, situations, relationships, financially, anything. And you're always looking at it like, man, one way or another, this is going to work out. And I've said this before, and I'm sure you guys have heard it. I always say, we have a plan, never plans out. But ironically, it plans out better than the original plan.
That's right.
You just got to enjoy the journey.
That's awesome. So true.
It's true. It's true.
Tell us, what's been one of the biggest challenges or disappointments where you thought things were going to go great and it didn't? How'd you deal with it? And tell us, what's one of the times when you finally went, holy shit, you know, my dreams are starting to become real. You really began to own it. And what were the feelings or the triggers between those two?
Man, let me tell you. I used to live in this area in Miami too, which I've lived in good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods, worse neighborhoods in Miami. And this area is called Opalaka. And I was living in Opalaka. This is, you know, shootouts every day, dope getting sold in the buildings, you name it, it's happening, right? And I was courting this label exec at the time that was coming into Miami, and anything that he wanted, I'd find a way to get it for him, you know?
Yeah.
He was in the extracurricular activities, and I made sure that he was taken care of. And that was my way of like, hey, if there's ever an opportunity, please think of me.
Yeah.
So I'm taking him around the city. I'm handling everything I need to handle with him and for him. And out of nowhere, after all the work I put in the city, all the mixtapes, all the DJs, all the concerts, all the grinding, this guy comes out of nowhere and he gets a deal with this same guy that I'm courting for $2 million at the time. Mind you, my first deal was for $1,500, and $1,200 of that I bought my mom a new little car, I love Mazda.
Wow.
I call it a 123, but it really was a 323. And so imagine for me to hear those kind of numbers, was what my first deal looked like.
And you were taking care of this guy.
I was
constantly.
taking care of him. And at first, what we say in Miami, I was fire hot, 38 hot, meaning mad. And I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, am I going to be mad at this person that just got an amazing opportunity? Am I going to be mad at this situation because I'm still in this situation? Or where is this leading me to? Where is this taking me? What is this going to make? This is going to make me better one way or another. And in the music game, that was one of my major disappointments. Yes. Because I was just looking at it on how to survive. That was my way out. That was the ticket, right? And sure enough, man, unfortunately, the career didn't work out for him. Good guy, God bless. He was in it for the wrong reasons. Yeah. Let me tell you, if there's any dope in this world that's worse than opioids, cocaine, crack, heroin, you name it, it's fame. You give somebody fame, watch out. You'll know on Monday, and you don't know who you're talking to on a Tuesday. Or maybe even that same Monday. And he ran with it for the wrong reasons. Yeah, music for me, it's been an escape. It's true survival. But more than anything, I've always looked at it to be able to give back. Yeah. You know, to let everybody know what the journeys look like and what it continues to look like. It's nothing but challenges. And as far as my dreams, I would tell people all the time, why dream when you can live it? You envision it. You see it. It happens. I know you hear a lot of people saying that a lot, and you may think, oh, there you go talking again. But let me tell you one thing we learned in another one of the neighborhoods I grew up in, Wynwood, is don't talk about it, be about it. So I'm not here to ever talk about it. I'm always here to be about it. And if there's anything I do when it comes to that, is I set goals. So 09 is when I started doing it publicly, but my mom used to teach me, like, write down a goal, put it away, okay, and then check back in with it and see what, she goes, you might not get it 100%, but hey, maybe you got it to 75%. See
that's
where
moving you forward, too.
And then you're moving forward. There's process to progress. And so in 09, I put out the goals, 09 freedom, 10 was invasion, 11 build empire, 12 grow wealth, 13 put the puzzle together, 14 buckle up, 15 make history, 16 positive disruption, 17 gingerbread man playing catch me if you can, 18 off the grid, 19 volcanic / generational wealth, 2020 clear vision, and look what happened in 2020.
Wow.
If it don't get clearer than this, folks, then you are absolutely blind, and that means Stevie Wonder can see better than you at this point. May God bless him, he's amazing. And now 2021 is prime time. So once I started to see things come to life, I was like, okay, now that I figured this out on how to make things come to life, how do we make others better and help them make things come to life? And that to me was the best part of accomplishing certain parts of my goals. When you figure out it's not about you, it's about everybody. And everybody you love. It could be a small circle, which I hope it is, to be honest with you. We don't need too many people in our life, but unless it's this, 900,000 people in one room.
That's awesome.
But that to me is, once you flip it that one time, when you see it come to life that one time, then it's off to the races, folks. It's off to the races. And let me tell you, when that happens, that's when you're going to get the most hate, the most negativity, and people telling you that you can't do it, it won't happen again, that was a fluke, you're just lucky. And that is what all this is about, this training is about. So you can channel that out and then use it as fuel and motivation to anything that you guys are trying to do moving forward in life.
What do you think is the way to bring the country and the world together right now? We're so divided on everything from politics to race to, you know, the idea of whether we're going to be free enterprise or some form of socialism. How do we're this far apart? What can bring people together? You see it. You and I both have the one privilege, which is to travel the world and bring people together, different beliefs, different faiths, different religions, different everything, and get them to come back to loving on each other. You see it in a concert. You see it in our version of a concert, day and night, you know? So what do you think is the way to bring the country together or bring people together? What's your experience?
Look,
and it's a huge question. I'm not making you be the guy.
No, I got you.
I want to know your perspective.
No, because it's funny because it comes from different perspectives that I've already lived. I told you my family fled communism, and that's why I love freedom so much, and I was very blessed to even be born in the United States of America. That was the first gift to me. And that's what they kept telling me. Look, we already got you here. If you can't figure this out in this country that allows you to do whatever you want and be whoever you want to be and gives you control of your destiny, there's nothing else we could do for you at this point, right?
Yeah.
So there it starts. I go back to appreciation.
And then, by the way, I think that's the first thing, unfortunately, that's missing because kids today grew up in an environment where they hear everything horrible about America from someone who has a completely different perspective.
Yeah.
So there's no appreciation. So all they are is angry instead of grateful. And when you're angry, you usually do the wrong thing, just like when you're fearful. But gratitude changes that. You can't be grateful and angry simultaneously. You can't be grateful and fearful, right? So your gratitude has been a huge piece of that.
I mean, absolutely. And that's why I was leading to the next thing. I tell people all the time, remember, I've been very, very blessed to be able to take music, apply it, and open schools with it. Mind you, a kid that did not graduate high school, but a teacher changed my life. We're up to 11 schools now, 10,000 kids. And when I speak to the kids, especially the kids coming up right now, I tell them, utilize technology, don't let it use you, all right? And I think that this is a major part of what's going on right now because you got social media where everybody has a voice now, everybody has an opinion now, and not everybody you don't have the right to speak. Like, you haven't earned that right, to be honest with you. So what happens is you create all these different, let's call them tribes. A tribe for hate, a tribe for love, a tribe for racism, a tribe for socialism, a tribe for freedom. And really what it comes down to, folks, when we're talking about technology, I don't know if you're up on game or not, but it has to do with algorithms. These algorithms trigger these pockets. I don't make records for people no more. I make records for an algorithm. For it to end up on a playlist on what's the name, Spotify or Pandora or whatever it is, TikTok now. I don't know. Tomorrow it'll be Chick Chock and then Check Chick. I mean, it doesn't stop. But where I'm going with it is this. What's going to help unite us? Absolutely love, okay? Respect, general principles, man. I walk by kids now, they don't even know how to say hello. Mind you, even excuse me, thank you, you're welcome, nice to meet you, how you doing, nice day. Now it's like they're scared to speak. So where I'm going with it is this. To be able to be united, folks, I go back to inform yourself with what's really going on around the world. Inform yourself with what's really going on around the world. And don't get consumed in something that at the end of the day is controlling you. What do we need more in this world? I'm going to tell you what we need more in this world. Leaders. We need more leaders in this world. We're living in a society where it's two major words, followers and likes. My mother told me to never be a follower. And let me tell you something, and again to the kids, I'm sorry, but I got to say it because you feel my passion. I never gave a fuck if you like me or not. If I'm focused on something and I know I'm doing the right thing, trying to help people, and you don't see it, well then, hey, what? God bless you, but we're going to keep it moving, we're going to keep it pushing. And when you have that right now, where everybody's following each other, and it's like cattle following each other into the slaughterhouse, and no one's turning around and being a leader and going, guys, wait a second, y'all really see what's going on here? Because our leaders ain't leaders. I'll tell you that right now. I see a lot of leaders out there, and I see them as puppets. And they're getting moved by, again, different agendas. That's a different conversation. I'm not here to have that one today, but I'm sure we will.
You know we will.
Somewhere else. But where I'm going with it, the bottom line is own your life, own your future, own your destiny, be a leader, lead by example. That's what the world needs now more than ever. How do we get a chance to do it? We get a chance to do it by having these conversations. I'm very blessed to be able to do it through music, and that's what we live for. And even when we were performing, I would tell people all the time, I'm here to make sure that anytime I hit a stage, especially in the United States of America, that the United States of America stays the United States of America, not the divided states of America. Okay? And why does it start with the United States of America? Because the U.S. is, if we sneeze, the whole world catches a cold. Anything that happens in the States affects the rest of the world. So we need to be leaders in the United States of America. And me traveling the world, being very blessed, that's the best education I could ever get, is when you see the slums of Mumbai, when you see the favelas of Brazil, when you see the shanty towns of South Africa, when you see what's going on in the slums of Mexico, when you see poverty at its worst. You could go to any ghetto in the United States of America. You go to Chicago right now, they call it Chirac. You could go to Baltimore where there's murder rates through the roof. You could go to the worst ghettos of the United States of America. And that is Beverly Hills compared to what's going on in the poverty in the world.
Amen.
So if we could really see that, you'd appreciate, like, man, the States is where it's at. Now remember, I'm a first generation Cuban American. Due to the way that I was raised, my grandmother being a rebel next to Castro, making a decision of like, whoa, wait a second, maybe this was the wrong decision. Found a way for my mother to get out through Operation Peter Pan, Pedro Pan. My mother at 10 years old went from Cuba to Indiana, first of all, didn't know where she was going, didn't know the family, don't know the language, don't know what's gonna happen, but know one thing, getting the fuck out of Cuba, you're on your way to freedom. So when you get that kind of appreciation embedded in you, you know, then you're looking at it from a different perspective. Now you're not criticizing, you're a critical thinker. Now you're not a complainer, you're someone that's making it happen. You're a victor, not a victim.
Yes.
So it has a lot to do with the way that I was raised and what they came from that taught me life is chess, not checkers. And we're playing a lot of checkers right now. We're playing a lot of checkers. We're not really thoroughly thinking this through. And for everybody out there, me being first generation, it shows you how amazing